intro for you at the end. I forget.
It's your man,
What is going on, everybody? Where you hide?
Zach Wilson to convert on third fucking downs, dude. It was easy throws, man. He plays that zone.
You just gotta hold the players accountable. You know what I'm saying? When your defensive tackles are missing tackles, when your safeties are missing tackles, when your quarterbacks are missing tackles, okay, other than James Bradbury, you're not winning football games. Take your chances and see what you want.
So you can listen.
Go get him Go get some good receiver. Because Jalen Rager's not
on your hand, please.
And a better coaching staff, too. We'll call you a cannibal.
It's like, dude, you gotta listen. You know what I'm saying?
Where you throwing it?
Trying to.
Where you throwing it?
Come in the.
You wrong.
But
They
you
say
know what?
that because where you finding internet?
Man, you know what I'm saying? Come on.
You know what I'm saying? What a star. You know what I'm saying?
He went out and balled, had a couple touchdowns.
Quarterback out.
Listen, man.
This is the thing that we didn't do in Carson. We never took advantage of
Exactly, that's
him. He was a bad character. That's why he was in there.
He's going out there.
This is a guy that's humble and respectful. He gave you the luxury to build around
sit
him.
down. I was Zachworth to sit down.
Because
anyone who thinks that we're playing a cupcake schedule, this was a team that don't
I'm
get
telling
blown
you, like,
out.
this Bijan's not lasting past 10.
Football teams
So
don't
take him out.
Instead he goes to the corner to
I don't think he gets past. I don't think he gets past Dallas.
The Bears would actually be perfect because they lost
really did win the division because it's not clinched.
God bless someone because we needed it. And you saw the difference versus the Giants game. You know, we're definitely going to go to 49.
What is good, everybody? It's your man EC1.
And, of course, it's your man. Where you hiding? It's been a minute, EC1. What you doing?
Hey, man, I've been working, trying to get the money, trying to get my life straightened out. But yeah, man, it's been a minute, man.
About same for me.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we had to find it. We had to find a time schedule for both of us, man, because we've been working. Obviously, you know, you got important things to do. I got important things to do. So it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Shout out to the people in the building, whether you watch this now or later. Just want to know. I want to let y'all know without these audience that come through every day, without y'all tuning in, this channel doesn't exist. And I keep on saying this, man. Y'all are the foundation of where we're supposed to go, right? For now and down the road, right? This channel is meant for y'all, the Eagle fans especially, and we just give our opinion. We give our opinion whether people like it or not. So I just want to clarify that because, you know, YouTube, you know, be on some, you know, BS. But man, the free agency this past 2024 year, man. How do you feel about the moves that we made? What was your favorite move? Go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
Oh, yeah, man. Almost everything about this free agency, I would say about probably 90% of it, I absolutely enjoyed. Let's start off with my favorite move. Obviously, it's, you know, CJ Gardner-Johnson. I love the thought of bringing him back. And honestly, man, we needed some leadership in that back end of the defense because there's none there. Nobody taking accountability for the secondary. We need that this season. And that's the extra boost that this defense is going to get. Now, obviously, the worst move is seeing Hassan Reddick go, but I understand it's for business reasons. I just don't like what we got back for him. You know, what is it, a conditional third that could be a second for next year's draft?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. We pretty much got peanuts back for him.
Yeah, it means nothing to us now, but it could mean something, you know, later down the road.
I mean, the pick that we got, I believe it's not even for this year. I think it's 2 years down the road, right? So it doesn't even affect us this year. The pick doesn't really help us this year. But at the same time, you know, this now it's up to Nolan Smith, right? You drafted him last year in the first. And I kept on telling people in Twitter Spaces. I think that's in this two live streams ago when I made it when it first happened. You know, I would personally would have paid him, but he was asking for too much. The Eagles drafted Nolan Smith to replace Hassan Reddick eventually, and we just unfortunately we got to understand that this is a business. We want Hassan Reddick here, but he was asking for too much. And
you know, we still got to pay guys like Devontae Smith too.
yeah, I mean, I'm wearing him. You know, you can't let him walk. He's your best receiver. And, you know, you look at this receiving market and you see guys like Justin Jefferson, who still hasn't got, I don't think, got a contract yet. You know, now you got Diggs over in Houston, but we'll talk about that down the road. But when you look at the receiving market, you know, I think right now, when you look at the Eagles right now, where their mindset is, I think right now they're trying to get a deal done with Smith before you have CeeDee Lamb, who's going to get paid, whether it's in Dallas or somewhere else, right? I think you got Justin Jefferson, who's going to get a tons of money and guaranteed because he's going to be the highest paid receiver. But you want to be the first one to get it done because you don't want to wait. Because if you wait, and here's the thing, what a lot of people say, well, we don't got to get it done now. You're right, we don't. But if you wait, he's going to demand more, right? You don't want to wait. You'd rather get it done now. Because if you wait for Devontae Smith to fully get what he wants, it's going to pretty much end up being a situation where now it's like, okay, now you all that money that you could have paid him before, it's going to expand. You know,
and you got to think about the wide receiver market too. That might rise, and receivers all across the league might start asking for more money. So if you pay them now, you'll set the price for wide receivers around the league to match. So that way you don't overpay like other teams did. They'll be like, okay, we can beat that price. We can pay for a little bit more for our wide receiver because we think he's more talented than Devontae Smith. So pay him now. I agree with you.
Yeah, Devontae Smith is currently a guy that's going to get paid. I'm not worried about that. You know, everybody talk about, well, you got to pay. Listen, I think the Eagles will get a deal done. And I say you pay him early, but at the same time, I understand that Howard Roseman is going to get a deal done regardless. He's going to get paid. And it's going to be like, oh, my God, they pay him a lot. But when you look at and I feel like it's going to be the same thing like Jalen Hurts. It's going to look like a lot, but when you break it down and when you finally see what the contract is, I think more is going to be up front than the back load. And that's what you got to worry about is the back load because the front, you're not really worried about it, right? With Jalen Hurts' contract, more was up front, right? He was getting paid a lot, but more was up front than what he was getting with the back load. And the back load had problems because that's what into happens. And
hey, EC1, this brings up another good point though. When Jalen Hurts was the highest paid quarterback for like a couple weeks, people, people really wanted to be in competition with that and get even higher than what Jalen Hurts got paid. So that's the reason for the Justin Herbert contract, for example.
Mm-hmm. Devontae Smith will get paid back-to-back 1,000 yards. Yeah, definitely. Listen, man, I'm not worried about Devontae not getting paid, but at the same time, when you look at the receiving market, you don't want to pay him more down the road because if he goes out and puts another 1,000 yards on the record again, and this will be his third, what would it be? His third 1,000-yard receiving season. Now he's probably going to ask for more, right? Because I just completed 3. I'm the number 2 receiver, and I'm really a number 1, right? But because of A.J. Brown and you got Devontae Smith, he's going to look at himself as, well, I put up 1,000 yards despite being a number 2.
Well, there's not a team in the NFL that wouldn't want Devontae Smith if we somehow don't pay him.
But, when I look at the receiving corps, right, you got something good in this building, right? And this is why I think they let Hassan Reddick go. I think part of it was because Hassan wanted a lot. He was being greedy, right? And of course, when you're 30 years old and the way the rules have changed, it's harder for a defensive player to be that player that Hassan Reddick is because the rules have changed where now you as a defensive player or cornerback or safety or even an edge rusher, you really can't do what you're supposed to do without being labeled as a dirty player or something like that, because the rules are more towards the offense than the defense, right? Roger Goodell just banned the hip hop drop tackle, which is the stupidest thing ever. Because
The hip
now,
drop. It's not the hip hop drop.
I don't give a damn. The hip hop, the hip drop, I don't care what it is. It's still stupid. I don't know why you would ban that when
Yeah.
most of the players like Brandon Graham uses that.
How you gonna
Shout out
tackle?
to Hatem, I think he said this, and I agree. When he was on live, he was ranting. I think it's ridiculous, right? You still got the field conditions, but what I'm trying to say is defensive players are going to want their money because it's harder to play in this league with all the rules changing, with the defensive players not be able to do what they used to.
So let me ask you about this. What do you think about the new kickoff rules?
I think it's bogus. I don't understand why you bring the XFL stuff to the NFL.
I kind of disagree with it too, man. Why can't we just keep everything the same? Like, it's just annoying, man.
Not to go off topic, but Roger Goodell got to get out of here, man. He's a phony. Everybody knows it. He's a phony. He's a complete crook, in my opinion. He's a sleazy person, and he's just not a good commissioner. There's a reason why everybody boos him in the draft. He's a terrible piece of trash. And I said it.
Well, I mean, we're Philly fans anyway. I mean, so we're gonna fucking boo anyway.
Dude, but it's not that. It's just the way he runs things. He runs things like dude is just soft. He's soft as a goddamn marshmallow, right? He doesn't have any backbone. It's like if he was in a relationship, his wife would have the pants in the relationship immediately, right? He doesn't know anything about football. He's never played the game. And like I said in my other live stream, you don't have to know everything, but it's like me running a basketball league. What the hell do I know about basketball? Never really watched it. So why would I run a basketball? Why would I be the owner or even the commissioner of a basketball team if I don't know nothing about it? That's what I feel like Roger Goodell is. He's just a guy that wants to own something without understanding how to work.
But I got to go devil's advocate here. When the opportunity was given to all of the general managers around the league, they were like, okay, we're going to vote yes to this new rule change. That's what the hell we're going to do.
They're idiots. And listen.
And that includes our GM. And I'm sorry, owner, not GMs.
I mean, dude, hey, listen, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. My thing with the kickoff return is, right, if you watch it and just the way it looks like I don't know, it looks weird, man. When you look at it, they have the kickers all the way back here, and you got guys literally lined up with the other side of the, I don't know. I just don't like it. It looks ridiculous. First of all, you can't even touch the dude. And if one guy misses, it's a touchdown. Everybody said, well, if you watch the XFL, and I hear that's a lot. Well, if you watch the XFL, they don't really get kick return. You understand, these are NFL players. These are guys that are coming, they're fast. This ain't the XFL. XFL, most of them are not even talented, really, if you want to be real. They were kicked out of the NFL for a reason, because they stink, okay? So they're going to another football league where they could get a chance. And most of them are just bust or just there to play because no one else wants them. These are guys like Tyreek Hill, right? Devontae Smith. These are guys that are generational talent players. And you're giving them an opportunity to take a one back. I think Covey could have 3 kickoff returns next year, or even a punt return. You know what I'm saying? I really think Covey could have a good year next year, just with the rules changed.
Hey, to respond real quick to it's a Philly thing. It was unanimous for one of the votes, and then the other one, there was only one owner that voted against the rule change, one of the rule changes. So,
well, I didn't say Jeffrey Lurie was the intelligent person in the group. I never said
yeah. Jeffrey's not the brightest person in the world. I can't even put this on the fact that he's a Jew. He's just plain dumb in the head.
Yeah, I mean, when I listen to him, I listen to a politician. I don't really listen to a real owner. I think he's a good owner for what we have, and I'm not taking away from him. I think he loves his team, but just some things that he just is not good with. And when it comes to rule changes, he looks at money, and that's what it is. It's money. It's money. It's fantasy owners. It's not really about safety, because like I said in my other live stream, if you cared about safety, you would change the rules, you would change the field conditions, you would change the helmet and the protection. If you worried about CTE so much, you have so much technology. You brag about in commercials how the helmets are supposed to improve, but I don't see any helmets being updated. So it's like, are you just bragging on commercials every time you get a chance? When we're watching games and they're like, technology improved, we are looking to stop, because you obviously just bullshitting us. Like, we're not dummies. We know what's going on. We know it's all about fantasy owners. We know that it's all about, like Chris Lawn said, it's all about scoring points, right? You want to eliminate the defense. And what I liked about Chris Long, he says, and not to, because we're all over the place, because we haven't done this in a while, right? He said that you lower in the target zone, right? So when you watch a guy like Kirby Joseph absolutely destroying Higbee's knee because he couldn't do anything, because you lowered the strike zone. And I'm just worried, if you try to get A.J. Brown down, are they going to go for the knees now? Because now you just lowered it where guys are going to start targeting guys like that. And I think one thing Chris Vaughn said, I don't know, I sent it to you, the link, where he was like, not everybody is big. Not everybody's tall. Not everybody is athletic. Sometimes they're not this athletic guys that can bring guys down. So they're going to use their body weight.
So basically, when you think about this rule, you have to pretty much tackle them, with their chest and all that stuff. Like, no hip drop anymore. You can't tackle them by the hips. Everything has to be upper body when you're tackling them. That's bullshit.
Yeah, and I think it's going to affect us in one of those games. It's going to be a crucial game that we're going to need, and we're going to get that stupid penalty that they want to bring, which is the hip, whatever the fuck that rule is. Okay, I look at it as just a basic tackle. Okay,
here's how I want to see it go. I want to see them experiment with it in the preseason and see it massively fail, and then just totally abolish that rule when the regular season starts. That's what I'm hoping for.
My thing is, the refs already have trouble with diagnosing a roughing the passer. How many times have we got screwed with penalties? How many times have we seen teams get screwed? You give them another rule to dictate now, where they have to either call it right or they're just like, the refs are not even doing their job now. So now you give them another rule where they're going to have to decide if that's it. I'm telling you, they're going to get screwed in one of those games.
Remember when Tom Brady was in the league 2 years ago?
And then that bitch wants to come back then.
Yeah. Anyways, Grady Jarrett tried to make a tackle. Well, it was a sack.
Yeah.
And they just called that regular sack a pass I'm sorry, not a pass interference, roughing the passer.
Yeah.
That was some bullshit.
And it cost them their game, not to interrupt. It cost them the game, right?
It absolutely did, and it cost them a sweep too.
Yeah. I mean, and that's how I feel like this penalty right here is going to cost us games, because if you watch Brandon Graham and you watch him, shout to Philly halftime, he's in the building. He said this. And listen, one thing about me is I don't take people's stuff. I give them credit. Okay, so everybody telling me, oh, you take people's stuff. No, I give them credit. I say shout to your sources,
right? That's what you do.
And he said this, like, if you watch and you honestly watch Brandon Graham, he does a lot of the hip tackle drop, whatever the hell that is. Okay, I don't care. It's a tackle. It's a basic tackle. They just want to make it a fancy word. There's no such thing as that, really, right? They just want to make it fancy to make it sound bad when it really isn't, right? He does a lot of that, and I feel like it's going to cost him a penalty over that, where Brandon Graham's going to do it, and they're going to, oh, here comes a flag, and we're going to be like, oh no, here it is. Bro, we just got off. It was 31. Now it's automatic first down. And why is it? And here's the thing. I heard a lot of people say this too. Why is it a 15-yard penalty? Why can it not just be a 5-yard penalty? Why does it got to be a 15-yard penalty, man? Like everything got to be too extreme.
They're so fixated on the fact that players are going to get injured over that.
Yeah, but they don't change the field. And they were so happy about getting a new field in the Super Bowl where everybody was slipping and falling. Yeah, that shows players. Roger Goodell is a clown, bro. That's why I don't take him seriously. He over there to our players' safety, but you paid what, $1,000 or something crazy to get a field where players were slipping and falling. Last year,
tell you what,
player got hurt on the field just from running.
Can we get rid of the AstroTurf in some of the stadiums? Like, can we have natural grass so these players will stop getting injured? That would be great.
Like,
because I'm tired of the excuses of the hip drop thing, and oh my God, the Achilles injury with Aaron Rodgers and all that stuff. I am so tired of it.
And it wasn't hip hop. It wasn't a hip drop tackle that caused Aaron Rodgers knee injury.
We're gonna teach him how to say hip drop.
Foot injury, whatever it was.
We're gonna teach him how to say hip drop after the show.
It's a stupid word, man. They try to make it something that isn't. They try to make it a bad word. You know how you try to make something bad and you make it a new fancy word? Like, it's like
it rhymes with hip hop, dude.
Yeah, bro, I don't understand why they changed that rule, and I'm starting to think it's not because of the safety, and it's because they want more offensive scoring. They want fantasy owners, and that's what it is, Nick. Right?
And there's going to be a lot of missed tackles this year. Trust me, bro.
No, I think what's going to happen is a lot of injuries are going to happen. I feel like one of those players are going to get hit in the knee.
Really? Explain that.
So you remember Kirby Joseph in that playoff game where he went lower?
Uh-huh.
I think there's going to be more of that. Because when you heard Chris Long say that if he was on that field, he would harpoon the knee. That's exactly what he said. He would harpoon the knee. He would go for the knee. And when you look at a player like Kirby Joseph, he technically was doing what the rules were saying, right? You can't hit him here. You can't hit him here, which I understand. You can't hit him here, and now you really can't tackle from behind. How are you going to get a guy like Derrick Henry down? You take out the knees. It sounds dirty, but at the same time, if you got to bring him down and do your job, you do it. And I feel like guys like A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley are going to get their knees chopped down on the ground, unfortunately.
All I got to say about this left is watch how massive of a fail this rule is going to be in August. Just look at the preseason games.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see how bad it's going to be. Because like every other play where the players try to go low for the hips, we're going to see that a lot.
Oh, I think you're going to see week one. I think that penalty is going to be out 4 to 5 different times in this game. Yeah.
I could just see.
You got Jordan Love and Jalen Hurts. You know how you're going to get them down. You got to start tackling, and you might have to drop your hip.
I can see this, being like a 10-plus penalty thing for each and every team. You're going to get like at least 10 penalties on each team every time.
Like, when you play football, man, you don't have control of what you do, right? You're running fast. If you're playing, and when I was playing 1 year of football with Pendle Wildcats, right, when I was little, I was a defensive player. I think I was what was it? Yeah, I was a defensive tackle, and my job was to hit the quarterback, right? But when you look at linebackers and safeties, their job is to go full speed and hit a receiver. I mean, how are you supposed? Are you supposed to just let him just drag you around, like treat you like a freaking scrub? Like, how is what happens if someone gets behind you? How are you supposed to bring them down without dropping your weight? Like, people talk about, well, it's not a rule, man. Stop it, right? Because when you play football, your goal is to bring them down, and you know why that rule was in play? Because you took away the opportunity to really hit it, right? When you lower the expectation, I keep on saying, when you lower the target, you're making it harder for the offense. And Roger Goodell don't understand that. He thinks he's helping the league, but he's not. He's lowering the strike zone. Because if I'm a defensive player and I look at, okay, you ban that rule, I'm targeting the knees, I'm targeting your knees, I'm taking you out, which can lead injuries. Right? Look at Carson Wentz's injury. If you go back and watch the injury, when did they hit him at? They hit him in the knees, right?
Using their helmets, yes.
So what do you think these players are going to do? What did Kirby Joseph do? He launched at the knees. And everybody going to say they're dirty players, but at the same time, you leave them no choice. Because when you ban so many rules for a defensive player, you create more problems for defense. How are you supposed to hit?
And also, the rate of roughing the passer is going to be so much higher because of this
Oh,
hip drop.
absolutely. Look, bro, I already can see it right now, right? Brandon Graham tackles a dude like how he tackled Josh Allen last year. I can already see it.
Yeah, that flag
Jordan
was
Love,
BS.
Jordan Love's in the pocket, right? This is how it's going to go, right? Jordan Love's in the pocket. He's going to get tackled, goes down, and here comes a flag. All right, the first flag. 15-yard penalty, hit, pop, whatever the fuck that rule is, the tackle is. Automatic first down, Packers keep moving the chains. And we're going to be like, that's not even a rule, but it doesn't matter because the refs don't even know how to call the games right already. You already given them more calls to screw up. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know what a roughing the passer is. How many times have we seen roughing the passer calls? It's like, that's not a roughing the passing call. What are you talking about? That's an absolute crappy call. Especially on the game of the line. You don't want the refs to dictate a game. And that's what this NFL Roger Goodell is giving them, is another rule to dictate.
He ain't got. I mean, what's the point of being a commissioner if you ain't got no say so? That's what he's acting like right now. Man, this is not the game I used to love in the 90s. Well, not the 90s, but the 2000s and the 2010s.
Man, if I could transport back to the old days, I would, man. Now it would be sad because we would have crappy receivers again. I don't want crappy receivers. So maybe I'll bring AJ Brown, Devontae Smith on that.
Nah. We can switch dimensions like Rick and Morty and have our current players, go back in time and replace that old team.
Oh, so you've been watching that? I finally got you into that, huh?
No. I just got it from the J. Cole verse. That's where I got it from. Hey, I need to watch that show though.
Hey, listen, it's on Hulu everywhere like that. But yeah, man, like, dude, like, you got to, and I think part of why the injuries happening is because we're so soft in this league, right? And that goes back to, this is why you have to join practice. You're not really hidden in practice. So when you're out there, your bodies already are not prepared for the impact, the defeat. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to the rules being changed. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't like these rules, but, like every other rule, we adapt to it. And
they're just trying way too hard to protect these players. Injuries are going to happen. We can't keep doing this.
Man, I'm hoping in the draft someone tackles him as they wrap him up. He turns blue. Like
I hope it's a hip drop too.
Just tackles him and say, "Hey, bro, give me a hug," and he just go, "Let me go." Yeah. Just choke him out until he turns blue. Like, because that dude just needs to get the hell out of. Like, listen, I don't condone death, but if he died the next day, I just want one of the players to actually hit him and tackle him and say, "Can I hit you like this?"
Wow.
Because I don't even know how you supposed to hit a dude. Where can you hit someone now?
I hope somebody hip drops him, and then when he gets back up, Stone Cold Steve Austin, he's gonna hit him with the fucking Stone Cold Stunner.
I hope one of those fans say, "All right, Roger Goodell, can I tackle you and see where I can hit you because you outlawed everything like that." That dude just needs to go, man. He's a soft weenie. He's a soft weenie. He reminds me of he's making it the NBA, right? When you look at basketball back then, what was it all about? Defense and offense. And now it's just based on offense. You took away the defense from defending. That's why I don't watch basketball anymore. Because they changed it now to scoring, and it just gets boring, right? It's the same stuff. And I feel like the NFL is turning to the NBA. And it's not the basketball that you grew up with, where defense were important. Right now, it's scoring. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's too much for a defense to handle. And if you're a defense corner, when is it going to be like? And I said this in my last stream when the first will happen. One of those defense corners is going to say, "You know what? Go for the head, man. Take them out." Because there's going to be defense corners that's going to say, "Screw it. We did what we could, but now they making it hard for us. Go at them. If you get a 15-yard penalty, at least you didn't let them score."
There's like way too many advantages for the defense, Not enough role changes for the offense. If you're gonna make some role changes, make it even out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And no, I don't condone, for anybody in the chat, I don't condone people taking heads out. That's not what I meant. I'm talking about there's defensive coordinators that are just going to get tired of it. They're going to get tired of the same excuses over and over again about how they're dirty players and dirty this and that. But the rules are being changed in front of their eyes. And now it's harder for a safety and a linebacker to tackle. You know, everybody talk about, well, we didn't tackle like that back then. You were a lot. And if you played football, you were hip tackling, whatever the rule is. You were doing that. You were doing that, especially when you were trying to get someone from behind, because you're not thinking about hurting someone. And I don't think they were actually trying to hurt those guys. Like, they were making it like it cost more injuries. Like, more injuries costs were on the field, right, due to the turf. The MetLife Stadium turf is a perfect example. Why is that still being on the? Why is that field not been changed?
You know what?
Happen each and every year on that field.
If
Players
you're going
have gone down because of that.
if y'all are going to do some rule changes, I would make illegal contact 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. You know what I mean? You know, you can't touch a wide receiver 10 yards off the line of scrimmage instead of just the 5. You know, you could touch a player, you know, make contact with them before 10 yards or something like that. I would change that rule.
Man, let's bring old school football. Let's bring the Mel Blunt rule back. Let's just bring that back, man. Fuck it. Let's just bring that back, man. Shit. Like why you gotta change every rule? Why can't you just not update the technology for the helmets and the shoulder pads?
Or the turf, as Philly Thing mentions.
You know what I'm saying? Like Roger Goodell brags about the technology, yet this dum-dum don't even know how to use the technology properly. You have all this money with fines and all these rules, and I think part of it is they also want money from players, because now that rule is in play. How many players do you think are going to get fined? How many players do you think are going to do it, and they're not going to call it on the field, but they'll call it afterwards and they'll fine you for it? Like, they're making money from players, and I think they do it on purpose. Like, oh, I can't wait to take his paycheck. Yeah. I mean, come on, man.
It's gonna be an offensive league, man. You know this.
And if you saw the tweets of, and this is the last thing before we move on. Listen, we haven't been on for a while, so apologize for us talking in circles. But listen, you know, we haven't done this in a while, and we still got a lot to talk about. But
we ain't rusty though.
Yeah. Well, we got to get ourselves back together. But, you know, it's like preseason, man. We're trying to get ourselves ready for the regular season, right? Because when it's regular season, you know, it's go time, baby. It's go time.
Yes, there's no missing no fucking games. It's go time in the regular season.
You know what I'm saying? But when you look at the fines and everything like that, I think they do it on purpose. You know, it's going to be a lot of players who are going to do that tackle, and they're not going to realize it. Like, and I feel like Brandon Graham and Devin White are going to be the ones that are going to do it, and people are going to say this guy's a dirty player, but he's not. You know what I'm saying? They called Kirby Joseph a dirty player, but technically he was doing what the rules were saying, right? You take him down, and unfortunately, this is what Roger Goodell wants. He wants guys to lower their target, and even Chris Lawn said it. And I think this is, and just for me to say it again. He if he was playing like he said, he would have harpooned the knees.
So,
that was the Super Bowl champion.
So let me ask you a question though. With all the rule changes and all, if we win the Super Bowl, will people put an asterisk on this season because of all the rule changes?
What do you mean by that? Explain to me about that.
So people, you know, if we win the Super Bowl, people are going to discredit us because the rule changes. Oh my God, you know, it's the fact that we didn't have we had a hip drop rule, you know, that's never been implemented before. So now we're going to discredit the Eagles and their fans for winning that Super Bowl.
You know what's going to happen again? We're going to get screwed because Mahomes, we're going to
But what if we don't?
Mahomes, we're going to do that to Mahomes, and Mahomes going to get a 15-yard penalty and more.
Yeah, to win the game, bro.
Yeah,
and then they're going to be like, oh, yeah, that's why you lost the Super Bowl, because of that. But if it was, you know, the shoe was on the other side of the foot, it would be like,
absolutely.
okay. okay, yeah, well, the Eagles cheated. Yeah, the rule changes. Yeah, y'all got lucky. They don't want to give us no credit for nothing, man.
I think this year they're not going to give us credit because I think we're gonna do what we did in the year we went to the Super Bowl. We're going to make everybody pay this year. I mean, but let's talk about this free agency a little bit more, man. Saquon Barkley, holy man. Let me tell you something, man. You know,
I'm so excited for him.
I'm excited about this guy, man. I've been watching this guy since he was in Penn State, right? A big fan of him. If you go back and watch my old videos, I wanted the Eagles to move up and take him. And the fact that this guy signed with us, I'm still shocked that he signed with us because I never thought in millions of years that Howie Roseman would ever go out and pay for a running back. You know what I'm saying? Pay for a legit star running back. Everybody talk about his health. You gotta understand the Giants' offensive line that he was playing under was horrible, right? And you bring him on an offensive line that is going to be better than what he has seen, right? And I think we still have a top offensive line despite Jason Kelsey leaving, Fletcher Cox, two legends, two GOATs, Super Bowl champions. Wish they would have got their second one if it wasn't up. But John DeGay and Nick Sirianni, two boneheads who couldn't play call for shit.
Yeah, glad they're gone.
You know what I'm saying? You got young players like Jalen Carter, who I'm excited to see in his second year because my God, for a first year rookie player, he should have been offensive rookie of the year. I mean, not offensive rookie, defensive rookie of the year, not offensive rookie. What am I saying? Defensive rookie of the year, and I think he got screwed because everybody looked at the team that he was on, and they said, "Well, that team is bad. What did he do?" But he was making a lot of plays, especially when we needed it, and it just wasn't shown like the other guys who were on great teams, and they were doing less because when you have talent, coaches who know what they're doing, and the play call is perfection, right? It's perfect. You're not really seeing when a player has no defensive coordinator helping him, and I feel like Jalen Carter was helping. I mean, the Bills game when he was blocking the field goal. If he don't block that field goal, who knows we win that game, right? If he doesn't strip Baker Mayfield in that first game with the Buccaneers that we played it in Tampa Bay, and he did. He was. I thought he had a great year, and I'm interested to see what he does in his second year. I think he should have been Defensive Player of the Year, but a lot of people feel different.
So obviously, I'm very excited about the Saquon Barkley thing. I think he's probably the second best acquisition that we have in this free agency market. So very excited to see what he brings to the table as far as Philadelphia goes.
Yeah, what's your thoughts about Bryce Huff? How do you feel about him?
I think he's going to be a great addition, man. I think he's probably the third best one, coming to the Eagles, man. I'm very excited to see him here. It's sad that we got to see Hassan Reddick go, but I think he'll be good.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Kenny Pickett got to take that 7 off, man. He doesn't look good in that, bro.
Nah. Especially the players before him who wore that, like Vic and all that stuff.
That rubbed me the wrong way. It rubbed me the wrong way. Then you go out and you sign guys. My nightmare continues to be tortured, bro. What's the point of bringing Reed Blanchard back, please? Why, hiding? What does this guy do that everybody's so excited to see?
He's only a special. He's only a special teams guy. He doesn't even play wide receiver. Nothing. He's just punt returner. That's it. Strictly punt returner.
He is so bad with coverage, man. I'm hoping that the Eagles go out and draft a safety, man. Bring me a guy like Tyler Nubin or Ketchens, because I swear to God, if he's on that field, and he misses the dude was leading in touchdown. He was getting beat left and right when it came to him covering. They were leading in touchdowns on him. I think he had 10 on him last year. I mean, we've seen this dude. Yes. Does he hit hard? Yes. I get all that. But he's not a good safety. And I don't know why you extend him to a 1-year deal. And not only that, you bring Avonte Maddox back, a guy that can't stay healthy.
And they still have Bradbury soft ass on the team, man.
Yeah.
He's softer than baby shit.
I know they can't get rid of him because of the contract.
Oh, yes, they can. They can get rid of him. They
No,
can get rid of him
no.
easy, man. Come on now.
If you look at the contract,
It's driving me nuts. Get his ass off the foot. Oh my God, get his ass off
who's
the
going to take that contract though? You understand? He's getting paid a lot of money. So for him to
Let's just bite the bullet and get rid of him. We can lose some money. Just get rid of him, man. He's worthless.
I don't know how much cap it is, but I heard it's a lot. You know, I think June 1st or it's June 1st, you probably get cut him and save some money. But I think they're going to keep Bradbury. I think that Fangio likes Bradbury. I don't know why, but I think that's why they brought CJ Johnson.
So basically, we're going to be doing the same thing as last year's Phillies. You know, we're going to run the entire team back that we had the previous season. Crazy. It didn't work last year.
But I think that was part of why they brought CJ Johnson back. Because they think that they can get something out of Bradbury. Because remember, Bradbury, when he had CJ Johnson, and he wasn't the vocal point, because when you had CJ Johnson in 2022, he was a ball hawk. No one was trying to test him, especially in the passing, right? Because if you pass, you're probably going to get picked. So that's why they paid him that money. Also, I think because they don't trust Blankenship that much. You know how they didn't sign to a 3-year deal. They signed to a 1-year deal. But still,
I'm kind of different on Blankenship, though. I want to see him get one more chance.
Man, I want him off the field, bro. Like, there's a look, bro. Like, man, let me be real with you, man. He is not a good safety, man. I need people to stop trying to hype him up because I see everybody on Twitter talk about this guy's Ed Reed. If I see that one more fucking time, I'm going to go to that person and slap him because it's offensive to Ed Reed, a Hall of Fame, Pro Bowl, Super Bowl champion, safety. Y'all are telling me that guy is him. Stop it. Stop. We do this every time we get excited about a player. It's a nice story, but he stinks. He's not good. He can't cover. I don't give a shit how many tackles he makes in open field. He does not have good awareness when it comes to reading the coverage. He's bad with angles. He's horrible with it. How many times have we seen him make bad angles? He's not a good boxing. I'm sorry, he's not.
And
he
with that,
have the IQ of that.
He's definitely going to be even worse this year.
He stinks. I'm gonna be real with you. He's a nice story. I mean, people need to stop hyping him
right
up.
now, but he can be something a little over time when he gets, more training, more practice. He'll be good later on.
Bro, if you want to bring a safety, go give me Justin Simmons, man. Hey, stop trying to hype this bum ass dude up, man. I'm sick of this.
I ain't hyping him up, but I ain't giving up on him.
I'm not saying you are. I'm saying the fans, man, because I know there's a bunch of Blankenship fans waiting for me to say, "Oh, I'm excited." I don't like Blankenship. I don't, and I don't know why people are hyped about him. He's not good. People always do this every time. They hype these players up. Kayvon Wallace, that hyped him up. He stinks. Where's he at? How many teams have he been thrown off? How many teams have he been signing to? He's always on the practice squad. And yet they do this every time. They told me Sidney Brown was supposed to start day one. I told you it was going to take a while. Yet these are the same people that are telling me Blankenship's good, man. Stop it.
Hey, speaking of Sidney Brown, though, he should be out to probably early October.
I think he's going to be back before that, man. I think Sidney Brown's going to be back before training camp. Because he looked like he said he was meant.
What was it, like an Achilles injury? He's got like what?
ACL.
What injury?
He tore it when we played the Giants, when we played the starters. And we.
Okay, yeah. So
remember you at that game?
I thought he injured it. Oh wait, he didn't injure that during the Cardinals game. It was the Giants game.
No, he had pick six. The same. By the way, the same spot that Reed Blankenship was on. The same spot. That's what I'm saying. He can definitely replace Blankenship. Blankenship is trash, bro.
But here's the point I'm trying to make with
up.
Sidney Brown. But here's the point I'm trying to make with Sidney Brown. Though it's going to take 9 months for him to recover. So,
but you know what?
guess when he injured it though? He injured it in early January. So that means he's going to come back early October.
Listen, I'll take a chance on him. I'll take a chance on a 1 year off of surgery ACL, Sidney Brown, than a freaking healthy Blankenship. And that's just the truth. You are not going to get me to say Blankenship unless he goes out there and turns my head around like, dude, where was this from? Which is not. He's going to make one pick and everybody going to hype him up. Like, dude, he's a good number 3. And this is where I run into people when they tell me this guy's a starter. He is a good number 3 depth special teams guy. But when you talk about him being a starting safety over guys like Sidney Brown, and then you're telling me, and this one guy on IG, and I said this before, he told me this guy can't cover. Well, shit, Blankenship can't cover. So if he can't cover and Blankenship can't cover, which I think is bogus because Sidney Brown could definitely cover. Blankenship cannot cover. Did you see
I'll give Sidney Brown the edge on that one.
Absolutely. And I would put this how I would make my roster, right? Sidney Brown will be on Blankenship spot. C.J. Gardner-Johnson will be on the other side. I would have those two in my lineup immediately. And whatever, and this is what I would do in the draft, right? My first pick, I'll go corner, right? Because I think you got a lot of corners in this draft. And we're going to talk about that, right? Because there's a lot of things the Eagles are looking at. One guy that everybody's been hyping about, and again, this reminds me of a Blankenship move because I don't understand this move, is the Iowa safety. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, snap. That's the one that Lord Brunson was talking about, right?
I'm telling you right now.
The Iowa safety. Wasn't that?
I'm telling you right now, Hayden. If we fucking draft him with the 22 overall pick, you are going to see the worst meltdown you ever had on live television.
Okay. What about second round?
YouTube. I'm going to be pissed off. I get it. He's a good. I'm not saying he's bad. I don't want him because there's so many better safeties in this draft.
I mean, let's take a chance. If you want to take a chance on him, do it in the second or third round. That's all I'm saying about it.
You got 2 early second round picks. Go give me a young corner. Go give me McKinstry. I'm okay with taking the Alabama corner, right? McKinstry or Arnold, right? I'm okay even taking Tyler Nubin. No one is talking about. Why are nobody talking about Tyler Nubin? The Minnesota safety, when I watch him, he reminds me of Derwin James. Go watch him. He's the best safety in this draft. You know what I'm saying? If you want to take a safety, go get him. The Iowa safety, when I watch him, and I think he's a good prospect for round 2. I'm okay for him being a round 2 pick, right? Because that's where he belongs. But the top pick in the first round, you reaching.
Yeah, it's too much of a reach.
Yeah, I mean, this goes back to you take the best player on the board. You don't reach for a Pacific player. Right? Hopefully I said that right. Okay. You don't reach.
It's a high risk, low reward.
Mm-hmm. You know, ever since Reddit trade, Blankenship extension, yeah, that really pissed me off because it tells me. So what were you saying? You were going to give Blankenship the bag over Reddick? Like, I mean, you have money, but then you find money out there.
Did you see that Hassan Reddick, interview when he was with the Jets? He did not look too happy there.
He looked like he was about to kill his agent because I don't think he wanted to leave. I think he's going to do what C.J. Gardner-Johnson did.
Man, if you go to the Jets, your career is fucking over.
I think he's going to fire his agent. I think he should fire his agent. His agent wanted more money, and Hassan Reddick should have said, but this goes back to Hassan Reddick. He should have told his agent, bro, chill. I don't want to leave. What are you doing? You trying to fuck up my thing in Philadelphia? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You were growing as a dope. Why didn't you tell your agent, hey, this is where I want to go. I don't care about the money. If they offer me that, let me take it. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't do that. And I really don't have sympathy. I love Hassan Reddick. But I think he's on a great listen. I think the Jets defense got better.
He should have taken Gardner Johnson's advice about his agent. You know, he fired his agent last year.
But I also think that the Jets got better. I do. I think that defense over there is going to be good. I think they have a potential of winning the division.
I don't know, man. Division, you know, replacing Huff is kind of, you know, like replacing really big shoes. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
They got to sign Reddick.
Nah, okay. We'll see how he does this year. I want to see him get
nothing.
I want to see him get double-digit sacks again.
Listen, man, Hassan Reddick. I'd rather have him over Bryce Huff if you're a Jets fan, because one guy showed me that he can do it consistently. The other one showed me that he has potential. He's 25 years old, but can Bryce Huff do what Hassan Reddick is? I don't know.
But as a devil's advocate, but as a devil's advocate, you know, you always are concerned about age. So he's a little bit younger than Hassan Reddick is.
But here's the thing: he's 30 years old, man. We acting like this guy's 35 years old, 38, right? Look at Von Miller; he's still playing at a high level. Now he got banged up a little bit, but he was in his 30s and he was still playing at a high level, right? Guys, just because they're 30 years old, don't mean they're going away. You know, Ashley, if you want to be real, you look at Brandon Graham. How old is he? How old is Brandon Graham?
About 34, 35.
Has he not played at a high level past his 30s?
We've seen one Pro Bowl. That's it.
What about that? I thought he had a great year last year. I think the defensive coordinator stinks, but Brandon Graham still makes plays.
Yeah.
Fletcher Cox had a great year. You know, I think that, you know, age don't mean nothing when you put the work in the offseason, when you keep your body right. Yes, does Father Time eventually catch up to you? Yes, but Hassan Reddick, I think, still has at least 3 more years in him. And I think that he makes that Jets defense. When you look at on paper, look what they have. You got the Alabama. I keep on forgetting the Alabama defensive tackle. You got him. You got Sauce Gardner Jr. I'm sorry, not Sauce Gardner Jr. Sauce Gardner. You got who else you got? You got is it Reed or something like that? Reed. And you look at their front four. This is a Jets defense that was really good last year. The only reason why they didn't go to the playoffs is because they didn't have a quarterback. Because Aaron Rodgers was supposed to be their guy. Remember, he went down. They had Zach Wilson. But if you remember right, we played the Jets defense. They got a very good defense. And I think when you look at Hassan Reddick,
outside of Garrett Wilson on the offense, who do they have?
What do you mean who they have?
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is coming back. Outside of Garrett Wilson last year, who do they have?
Garrett Wilson's a number 1 receiver. And don't they still have another receiver they drafted too? Didn't they draft another receiver, I believe? I think they have another receiver. They got Garrett Wilson. Who's the other dude? You know what I'm saying? And knowing the Jets, they're probably going to draft a receiver. That's what they do, right? There's going to be so many receivers in this draft. I would not be surprised if the Jets draft a receiver with one of their picks. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at the defense,
Marvin Harrison, watch.
Who?
The Jets or probably maybe even the Giants.
He's not going past Arizona. I think Arizona takes Marvin Harrison Jr.
I don't know, man. Arizona might want to replace that little midget in,
Dude, they're not replacing it. Man, they in love with Kyler Murray, man. Jonathan Gannon thinks he has a quarterback there. Like, I talked to Cardinal fans on IG, on Twitter. Their organization so far thinks Kyler Murray is their guy. That's what they think. They think they can fix him, and they think that when you look at the weapons, they think Marvin Harrison Jr. can be that receiver that he can rely on.
Well, if they think Kyler Murray can stay healthy, then that's their loss.
I mean, you know, when you look at Cardinal fans, everybody's saying that the Cardinals are going to take Marvin Harrison Jr., right? But I can see a scenario, right? Do the Arizona Cardinals try to go aggressively and try to acquire CeeDee Lamb? Because remember, Kyler Murray had his best year in Oklahoma with CeeDee Lamb as his receiver. You know what I'm saying? We did see you know, and it's not far fetched, right? Because the Cowboys right now are desperate and they need cap space. You know what I'm saying? They need that because they're going to have to pay Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, and they're not going to be paid. They're not going to be able to pay everybody. So would the Dallas Cowboys, if you offer the Cowboys right now the first round pick, and if you're Jerry Jones and you get that first round pick that the Cardinals have this year for CeeDee Lamb, would you take it? I would. I would.
I'd give it a go.
Because I probably can just draft Marvin Harrison Jr. in Dallas and just let him be on a rookie contract, pay Micah Parsons, let Dak walk, and then when I get a quarterback, I got a young quarterback still having a rookie receiver on his deal. You know what I'm saying?
Here's another shocking thing. What if Dallas drafts a quarterback?
Well, I mean, you know what my theory is going to be? And I said this yesterday.
And they already have Trey Lance, too.
Yeah, well, Trey Lance sucks, man. This is why the 49ers got rid of him. And he's been hurt in college, too. I think he's a practice squad. I mean, he's a practice squad guy. I don't see anything too much of him, but you never know. But I think not this year, but the following year, rumors that Tom Brady might come back to football. I think Jerry Jones might go after Tom Brady. And it's not far-fetched because if Jerry Jones believes has a chance to win a Super Bowl, who is better than to do it than old Tom Brady? You know what I'm saying? Look, how much you think the media would be gobble-gooing the Dallas Cowboys? Every chance.
They do it all the time. Tom Brady in Dallas.
Think about it. And now that they both love the reps.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, why not? Why not? Tom Brady in Dallas, it's not far-fetched, man. I think a lot of people don't understand that Jerry Jones thinks he's still in a winning mode right now. And I think Tom Brady in Dallas, if Dak leaves, would not be a bad move for Jerry Jones. I mean, we've seen this. How many times he brought veteran quarterbacks in before?
We've seen it.
Yep. Vinny Testaverde, Randall Cunningham,
Drew Bledsoe.
Why wouldn't the Cowboys not go get Tom Brady if there's rumors that he might come back? Maybe not this year.
Oh, wait. We forgot about John Kitna.
Yeah. And you know, I think the Cowboys are going to leave Dak walk. I think this is his final year in Dallas. But I can see Tom Brady in Dallas, not this year, but in 2025.
Wait a minute. Does his contract, expire next year or this year?
I think he's a free agent, I believe. I'm not sure. Is Tom Brady still in contract with Tampa Bay? Let me know.
No. I was talking about Dak as far as the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think because they didn't extend him, I think he's a free agent. I think this year. I mean, not this year. The following year. I think this is his last year in Dallas because remember they were supposed to pay him and they franchise tagged him, and I think his contract is up. I'm not sure, but if they don't get a deal done with Dak, I think that he's going to get what Kirk Cousins got with the Falcons. By the way.
All right, man. I gotta head out. I'm at Chick-fil-A doing this live stream. I gotta head out. Man. I gotta head home.
Hey, at the end of the day, man, we'll just say this, man. We got to schedule another time. But when you look at it, man, you look at all these moves. How do you feel? What do you think he was going to draft? We'll just leave it like that.
I think we are going to draft either cornerback or safety. I know a lot of Eagles fans don't want to hear that, but that's where we need to attack. And I wouldn't mind linebacker, but we all know they don't do that, so I'm not going to say linebacker.
I think the moves that we made this offseason, the draft, I think that we're going to go two places, edge rusher and corner. So,
and shout out to Bird Gang Sports. I was actually chatting in his live stream earlier. I sent you a link to that live stream, which lasted 40 minutes. I said that the only two moves that I really had a problem with were the Kenny Pickett thing and the Hassan Reddick thing. That's it. Other than that, it's been flawless for the free agency moves.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting what we do in the draft. It really is, because there's a lot of moves that are happening. You know, I want to thank everybody for coming on. I know this is not the biggest live stream. You know, we finally made some time. We're going to do another one for sure.
But guess what? There wasn't any trolls tonight, which is great.
Oh, absolutely, because I made sure it was on subscriber mode.
It was clean. It was clean as fuck tonight.
Well, they know not to play with me because I put their ass in timeout. You know what I'm saying? We put belt the ass over here, man. I don't know what they be doing over there. We put belt the ass over here, man. But I appreciate y'all. Like and subscribe, man. Subscribe to my guy hiding. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately,
of course, subscribe to EC1.
Absolutely, man. You know, if you want. I mean, you don't have to. But yeah, man. I'm trying to find the intro that we had, bro. Oh man, I know I had it, bro.
Man.
Let me see if I have it. I know I have it.
Today, Junior.
Man, Billy Madison, be quiet over there. No, I'm just if you don't know anything about movies, that's from Billy Madison. You should know Billy Madison. But yeah, man, we just gonna play the old intro, and then we'll get the other intro. I thought I had it, man. But you know what I'm saying. But any final thoughts, Hayden, before we head out, man?
My final thoughts are fly, Eagles, fly. And we'll see y'all in the next one.
For sure. Let's just play this one.
It's your man, EC1.
What is going on, everybody? Where you hide?
Zach Wilson to convert on third fucking downs, dude. It was easy throws, man. He plays that zone.
You just gotta hold the players accountable. You know what I'm saying? When your defensive tackles are missing tackles, when your safeties are missing tackles, when your quarterbacks are missing tackles, okay, other than James Bradbury, you're not winning football games. Take your chance to see what you want.
So you can listen.
Go get Amos. Go get some good receiver. Because Jalen Rager's not
on your head, please.
And a better coaching staff, too. We'll call you a cannibal.
It's like, dude, you gotta listen. You know what I'm saying?
Where you going at?
Trying to.
Where you going at?
Come in. You wrong. But you know what? Because
where you hiding? Internet, man.
You know what I'm saying? Come on.
You know what I'm saying? What a star. You know what I'm saying?
He went out and bowled, had a couple touchdowns.
Quarterback out. Listen, man, this is the thing that we didn't do in college for nothing. We never took advantage of him. He's a bad character. That's why the Eagles didn't do it. He's going out there. This is a guy that's humble and respectful. He gave you the luxury to throw around. Sit down. Zach Wilson was sitting down because I was around. Because anyone would think that we're playing a cupcake schedule. This was a team that don't get blown at. This shot's not lasting past football teams. Instead, he goes to the corner to Smith. I don't think he gets past I don't think he gets past Dallas.
The Bears would actually be perfect because they
really didn't win the division because it's not clinched.
I'm glad it was on because we needed it. And you saw the difference versus the Giants game. You know, we're definitely going to go to 49.